What's up, Melanated family? This is your boy Harrison from MelanatedFathers.com and Melanated Fathers TV, bringing you the latest news as it pertains to our community. Now, after Funkmaster Flex and Bryan-Micheal Cox seemed to confirm the fact that Jermaine Dupri was offered the same deal Jay-Z received from the NFL, the producer and record executive is coming forward today to tell a different story. Now, how this started is last week Flex tweeted that he spoke to Jay-Z and he spoke to JD, and he basically confirmed the fact that he was working with the NFL last year, and he did get a call from Jay-Z asking him, how deep are you in with the NFL, expressing that that might not be a good idea. After that, Bryan-Micheal Cox, who is Jermaine Dupri's really good friend, went on his own podcast, and he seemed to confirm this fact, basically saying that Jay-Z becoming the league's live music entertainment strategist was the same deal offered to Jermaine Dupri last year, and Cox also said that Jay-Z picked up the phone and advised JD not to do it. Now, on Wednesday, Jermaine Dupri and Bryan-Micheal Cox went on V103's The Big Tigger Show to discuss the matter. During the show, Bryan-Micheal Cox seemed to backtrack just a little bit because he began expressing the fact that he was inebriated during his podcast. When he spoke on the fact that Jay-Z got that call from Jay-Z. So he seemed to backtrack a little bit about it. He also went on to mention that during his podcast, if it would have been told in context, he mentioned the fact that he was optimistic about Jay-Z taking the job. It was a lot of context that could have been missed during his podcast. But he did seem like he backtracked a little bit. Now, JD was basically quoted as saying about his conversation with Jay-Z, he and I never had a conversation where he told me, don't do what you're doing. He went on to say that their conversation was simple. It went something like this: you know what side I'm on, and I understand what you're doing. He's basically saying that's all Jay-Z said to him. And look, man, everybody has been up in arms about Jay-Z's decision to work with the NFL. It's a lot of shit up in the air as far as what the deal actually entails. What's Colin Kaepernick's real stance at this point, because to my understanding, he's still willing to play in the NFL. So if he's still willing to play in the NFL, why is he upset with somebody for taking a deal with the NFL? You know what I'm saying? It's a lot of things going on both sides, but ultimately we don't know. As people who are just standing by watching, everybody wants to put their 2 cents in, and it seems like we're just so quick to cancel people. We're so quick to, once we hear something, just run with it. And I think people, all of us in general, but people with a lot of influence, like, Funkmaster Flex, the brother Bryan-Micheal Cox, I don't think he meant any harm. But if you have a platform and you're speaking, we need to be clear on what the fuck we talking about and stop insinuating on things that are actually going on when we don't really know. You know what I'm saying? So before we just hear something and be quick to jump to it so we can create a story or create some information for our platform, we should sit back and kind of give everybody the benefit of the doubt, which I think is something that rarely happens these days. You feel me? So for more stories like this, please go to MelanatedFathers.com. Go to Melanated Fathers TV on YouTube. I have my backup YouTube page up right now, which is Melanated Fathers TV, until my other one gets repaired. I'm out.